Welcome to Aligned and Local, the podcast where community takes center stage. I'm Kristina, local realtor and your host, here to bring you inspiring stories from the incredible business owners, community leaders, and change makers shaping our neighborhoods. Whether we're spotlighting local heroes, diving into the latest market trends, or exploring what makes this community such a special place to call home, this show is all about connection, collaboration, and celebrating the heart of where we live. So, if you're ready to align with what matters most, your home, your community, and your goals, let's jump in. Today's guest has spent the past 15 years transforming lives through dance, teaching individuals of all ages to move with confidence and joy. With a competitive dance background and certification in personal training, she brings a unique blend of technique, fitness, and passion to her instruction. Beyond the steps, she creates an empowering space where students build confidence, express themselves, and discover the true joy of movement. Whether working with couples, singles, or kids, her impact is undeniable. Join me in welcoming Brittni Thorne, owner of Dance Lab, a dedicated educator and inspiration. Tell me about your journey with dance. Like, where did you start? How old were you? What kind of dance did you start with?
So I started gymnastics when I was like 7 years old. I really loved to, the balancing, and I loved the balance beam. I liked the vault. I was always like into movement and athletics. And
Right.
I always liked to be really active, and I like to like push my body, and like I found it intriguing and fun when some people would just be like, oh, looks too tiring. I'm like, oh, I want to do it because I think it'll be great for my body and be able to challenge my body. And it was a lot of fun for me, and I like that part. So I mean, I started dancing when I was like 14 years old. I started doing like taking ballroom lessons and Latin lessons, and it was from when I went to Aruba. I saw this really, good looking Cuban guy, and he was moving his hips, and he was like dancing the salsa with his wife. And I was 14, and I was like, oh my God, I really like love that. Like, I love the look of that. So I started dancing and taking lessons and training. And then I started working at a few different studios in my area. As I got older, through college, I went to college, and then I just, kind of jumped into dancing, and I just decided to follow that path.
I love it. What did you go to college for?
I went to college for social work. So I wanted to be a social worker and help couples because my parents were divorced when I was young. And I wanted to try to help families overcome that kind of situation, because I went through, some tough times with that. And I found that dancing really felt like it sparked love in each other's eyes. You got to look at each other. You got to work together on something. It was like a hobby that you can really connect and get a nice connection. So I found that instead of just, talking about problems all the time, I was able to feel more drawn to just keeping the spark alive and doing things that are healthy, and like dancing is just so great for couples, and just even people that are single that want to meet other people. It's just a great way to connect non-verbally. And so
Did you ever work in the social work field, or did you pretty much start and stay with dance even though you went to school for social work?
yeah, I pretty much stayed. I did like some volunteer work for CASA.
Yeah.
And I was working with families and doing that. And so I never really actually got into the field. I more just went towards the dancing.
I love that. So it's funny that you kind of went down that road already of connecting what you do to the social work desire.
Yeah, dance therapy, like just, couples that are looking for something that they just feel like their relationship is at a standstill, and they're just like, they're bored, or they're sitting on the couch for every night, and they're coming home and they have nothing to look forward to. Maybe they're empty nesters, or they're just bored. So I think it's a great way for couples to kind of reunite that excitement through
Yeah.
music and dancing and learning a new skill together.
Yeah. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? Was it social work always?
So I wanted, like, I always found myself as a little girl at those teaching stores, like where teachers, like second grade, third grade, you'd buy all like the rulers and the chalkboards and all that stuff. Like I always found myself at those like places, like, when I get money for my birthday, I'd be like, let's go to the teacher store. So I would go to the teacher store. And then I always found myself, like, even when I was in even before middle school, so that's like grammar school, I did a project. I wanted to be Britney Spears backup dancer. And so that's like, I always loved music and movement and dancing. So it was kind of like, I like enjoyed teaching.
Yeah.
So it all kind of, eventually kind of played into this, like doing what I'm doing now.
It literally is like, have you heard of Ikigai?
What is it?
It's called Ikigai. It's this thing where you draw these four circles and I wish I could spell out exactly what goes in all four, but you start to list these things in these four categories, and there's this spot in the center where they all connect, and it's the what you're
Uh-huh.
supposed to be doing. And it's like you
Oh,
very
wow.
naturally found your Ikigai. It's really fun to listen to how it like kind of all stacked together for you. It was like, oh yeah, at one point I
Yeah.
wanted to do this thing and then this thing. And they're like so far from related. And then all of a sudden, boom, dance studio. And it's all there in this one beautiful, perfect, cohesive piece.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely like I don't ever feel like I'm working. Like I always enjoy coming to work. I mean, sometimes I get physically tired
Mhm.
and, I'm just like burnt out. Running a business is it's not just teaching, it's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I do get a little bit exhausted, but at the same time I know I'm in the right place. Now it's just kind of looking for people that I can that I can actually hire. So
Yeah.
now I'm looking for that hiring process to take some of that like pressure off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I love what I do. It's a lot of fun. I'm able to, give couples something to really enjoy, and singles to, give them something to maybe meet someone and build confidence. And
Yeah.
so
How long ago did you open Dance Lab?
we opened in May.
Oh my goodness. So just coming up on a year.
Yeah, yeah.
And what has surprised you about your first year?
Um, I think it was just like a happy surprise of just like how many people that gave me a chance to, show them, and all the people that have come in and just checked, had come in and checked us out, and have been around some from the beginning. It's been a pleasant surprise and an exciting journey. I guess the other side would be how much other things go into it, like you didn't think about, like just, like law, like just paperwork and admin work and softwares and all these things that you knew that were going to be important, but how things can easily add and stack up to really, a lot more than that you maybe expected. But nonetheless, if you stay organized and you structure your day, it's not super difficult, but it's it's more to not to sway anybody from owning a business. It's wonderful, but just expect that it's not just doing what you love. It's actually having a whole nother side that you have to manage, which
Yeah.
is fun.
You read the E Myth Revisited?
No.
It's that concept exactly. It's how, and so back when, even before selling real estate, I sold credit card processing and I ran sales teams in that industry. And the way I kind of focused on it was from this perspective of that's exactly why small businesses fail. The baker didn't get into business to be a business owner. They got into business to be a baker and didn't realize all these extra roles that they were going to have to play to have a successful business. And so what
Yeah,
happens to a lot of business owners, and you see, you're so very like in tune with who you are and why you got into business that I doubt this will ever be a struggle for you. But just like marriage, right down the road, things get normal, people get complacent, etc. And what tends
sure.
to pop up is they lose touch with the reason they got into business and they tend to hire out the dance instructor role in your shoes because it's easier to
Yeah,
hire than the person who's going to manage your money and that you trust enough to do that. And the person who's going to run the business and do that stuff for you so that you can stay more focused on the doing what you love. But eMyth Revisited kind of breaks it down into these three different roles and how it affects people to be in business when they weren't expecting those roles.
yeah.
It's really, I highly, highly recommend it just based on.
Okay, I will have to yeah, I will have to read that definitely.
Okay, so tell me what made you decide to open a dance studio?
Well, I basically I was teaching like just renting space from different locations, and I never seemed to be able to grow, and I couldn't offer my students all the things that I wanted to offer, such as like group classes, parties, events for them to be able to meet each other, socialize. So it's basically I wanted to create a community, and I wasn't able to do that with just teaching lessons and having people, come in for their private lesson and then go, and then it was like I wouldn't see them for a week. And it was easier for people to fall off because they weren't as engaged. They weren't receiving all the benefits of being able to dance and meet other people and get that fitness side of things, because I do different classes now, like group lessons that get your heart rate up, so I can just offer a lot more having the space. And I just got to the point to where I was like, okay, it's not growing anymore. And I mean, it's growing, but it's not as growing as fast as it could be. And so I wanted to offer them more. So I just decided, okay, it's time. Let's just do it. I closed my eyes and I signed the contract, and I'm like, oh my God, I just can't believe I just did that, you know? And I had the rent, I had the space, and then it was like the renovation part, and it was like a lot of fun just, being able to design and create a space that was fitting my personality and my vision for what I wanted for my students, and to create a nice positive vibe and atmosphere.
That's really cool. And then do
Yeah.
you teach only at your studio now or do you teach in other places also?
No, I mean, like, I mean, we do a few offsite things. Like, we'll do an event for St. Charles, we'll do an event for a gala, fundraisers, then that kind of thing. We possibly might go to, do our private parties, but most of the time we're here and we are having our events here.
Are you geared more toward adults or children? Okay.
More towards adults. But we do have kids. We do have some students that are younger. We have most of our students, like the perfect client, I guess, would be someone that is between the ages of 40 and 60. And I'm not saying that, older, younger is not good, but I think when they're like, empty nesters or someone that's looking for a new hobby. So those are like our perfect clients, someone that's looking to have a new fun skill to learn and a new hobby where they can, do participate in our events and our parties that we have once a month, our showcases, our competitions, that kind of stuff.
What would you say to the person who's, say, 35, 40, 45 years old, and they have maybe always thought about dancing but never pulled the trigger?
Yeah, we have our special introductory lesson that gives you an opportunity to try it and
Mhm.
see what styles you enjoy.
Mhm.
And it's like a personal trainer. You get to work one on one with an instructor, and you find out what styles that are most drawn to you, and you build on those skills. And eventually, when you feel confident after a few lessons, you can go and start using it, going out social dancing and just having fun with it.
Yeah. What does that introductory lesson look like?
It's $65, and it gives you one private lesson and one group lesson, and it gives you basically an opportunity to come meet your instructor and check out the location, see how you like it, and then go from there. Then we can always help them make a decision on what, option is the best for them. If it's like this kind of package, or maybe group lessons, if they want to do group lessons, private lessons. So it just depends on kind of their goal and what they're trying to achieve.
So, who is Brittni outside of dance?
Well, I am a soon-to-be mother. I am pregnant 7 months now.
Oh, congratulations. That's super
Thank you.
exciting.
Thank you. So I am a dog mom. I like to take walks. I like to travel. I like to relax sometimes too. I'm kind of an introvert sometimes too. Like I like to just not do anything
Yeah.
and bum out on my house and put my pajamas on and you know just hang out and not do anything.
What do you see as the impact the Dance Lab continues to make on the community that you're in moving forward?
Well, I mean we try to get involved with everything. I mean, we try to be participants in any way we can. And the city of St. Charles has been very generous to us and helping us grow and being a part of our whole vision. And, I just had the women's group from the St. Charles networking group. So I just had them at the studio and we did a really fun line dancing event. And
Did you teach it
that
or
was,
did you hire that out?
I did teach it. I know a decent amount. Now, I'm not Kevin. No way. Kevin is just too good. He's like, it's like when you do that stuff all the time, and he just knows and knows so many. Like, I don't even know how he keeps them all straight. So he's amazing. So I know a
He's so
few.
humble. That's the funny thing. He genuinely has no clue how awesome he is, which is really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, he is. He's great. I mean, and he's very patient. He's very fun. I love having him here. So, and we actually had a woman that messaged me the other day, and she's like, "I'm gonna change my flight. I just want to make sure I can make Kevin's event." She's like, "I'm gonna make sure my flight is not gone when he's here." I'm like, "Okay." So I sent her the dates, and so yeah, I think Kevin is really great. We really enjoy being a part of the community. We do whatever we can for galas, fundraisers. Like we're doing a donation to Casa. We donate gift certificates to events. Like we participated in the fundraiser for the St. Charles Museum. So we try our best just to, get involved in any way we can. And as far as bringing in money and bringing things into the community, I think our events we have every weekend, we've been doing like baby showers, birthday parties, that kind of stuff. Like we'll do kids parties. We'll do events here at the studio on the weekends when the space isn't being used. So I think what that does is it does drive in a lot of traffic because sometimes we'll have parties as big as 100 people here. and we're bringing in people into our community.
I think it's a beautiful thing. Now, do you have any kind of like event where people coming up where people can pop into your studio just to meet you, experience the environment, etc.?
Yeah. We have our group lessons on Tuesday evenings. We have salsa and bachata. So we have bachata at 6:45, and we have salsa at 7:30. You can also come to one of our events. We have Kicking It with Kevin here once a month. This month he is on the later part of the month. I believe it's the 28th. And then our dance parties that we host once a month. That one's going to be also a little bit later in the month. So we always have activities here. If you're looking to schedule a private lesson or experience just coming here and trying, some salsa with your husband, or you want to just come by yourself, we have our introductory lesson you can try, and that also includes a group lesson, and you can come and experience what we have to offer.
I love it. Do you want to offer anything special to our listeners to come check you out?
I would love to offer a $45 introductory lesson, so that's $20 off for anyone that mentions Aligned and Local. And if you're also wanting to come and check out our group lessons, you can try one for free.
Oh, that's super cool. I know people love that. Well, I know you have to get on to change some people's lives with dancing. But thank you so much for taking your time to be on here with us today. And we look forward to
Thank
coming
you so
in.
much.
I still need to make it in for lessons in your studio too.
Yeah, it would be so fun to have you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Kristina. I appreciate it. It's been amazing and great experience talking to you, and definitely can't wait for our next meet.
For tuning in to Aligned and Local. I hope you are feeling inspired and connected to the amazing people and businesses that make our communities thrive. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps us share these incredible stories with even more people. And remember, when you are looking to buy, sell, or refinance, I'm here to help you navigate your real estate and mortgage needs with ease. Let's align your goals with the perfect plan for your future. You can connect with me anytime at 630-945-4962 or on social media. Links will be in the show notes. Until next time, stay rooted in community and inspired by connection.